that their attacking transition is also very, very good. So it means that our rest defense would also have to be very strong, very tight. So when we are attacking...
Nana Kwekwajima is the head coach of Vision FC. In the process, they've drawn with the likes of Asante Kotoko, Baseke, Holy Stars, and today they are looking to put Heart of Folk to the sword. They are also lining up in a typical 4-3-3 system, so it promises to be an interesting one. Heart of Folk back to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium and are chasing the win after 3 games without one there. So it promises to be a big one, as I said, and it's live on TV3 and on Uya TV. So I hand you over to our team of commentators, Nana Dakwa Jesse and Kelvin Owusu-Ansah. Enjoy the first 45 minutes.
Hello, welcome to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It's a stellar Saturday in the Ghana Premier League. It's Accra Sabok against Vision FC. The Phobians have decided to adopt the University of Ghana Stadium for their remaining games in the Ghana Premier League after quitting from the Accra Sports Stadium. This is our coverage of the Ghana Premier League, powered by Adisa Productions, live on TV3 and on your TV. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse, together with Kelvin Owusu-Ansah. We are your commentators for this afternoon's game here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. The Phobians are coming into this game on the back of a drawn game last weekend against Young Apostles. For Vision, they come into this game after holding Heart of Lions to a pulsating 2-2 drawn game in Tema last weekend. An interesting game we're looking forward to, Kelvin.
Very excellent teams, 2 brilliant teams that are set up, trying to adapt to the philosophies of their coaches. For Vision, it's taking them more than 15 months to adapt to Nana Kwekwajima. But for Heart of Folk, it's just a little over 3 months, and Didi Dramani is still asking for patience. Hopefully, the change in venue will bring some good omen to the Phobians, who've dropped lots of points playing at home.
The Phobians have shown up this afternoon here in their rainbow colors over purple shorts, and Vision have stepped up in orange jerseys over green shorts to march here in Legon. Vision, the last time out, were nearly pegged back by Heart of Lions, but they ensured that they didn't lose that game at home, maintaining their impeccable home record. For the Phobians, Accra Stadium was not giving them the positive results and suddenly decided to shift to Legon. The big question is, will Legon bring good fortunes to the Phobians? This is the lineup of Heart of Folk for this afternoon's game. Goalkeeper Solomon Agbasi gets to start once again for the Phobians, as reports indicate that Benjamin Asari is injured. Bayfi returns to replace Amanko at the right back. Osei Ben Ali plays in centre back. Mensah at left back. Paku, Isa, and Wayo alongside Amponsa, Hussein, and Karim, completing Didi Dramani's lineup this afternoon.
Well, very interesting lineup, and you can see George Paku gradually becoming a favorite in there. Abasi imposed, similar like Benjamin Asari, very good shotstopper.
Didi Dramani says all that is not working for the Phobians has been their inability to put the balls at the back of the net. They're doing everything right in defense and in midfield. You can even tell that as we speak, they are the best defensive team in the Ghana Premier League. But the big question is, why can't they put the balls at the back of the opponents when they meet? Only time.
For the coach, and hopefully they get things right. For the coach, and hopefully they get things right.
Our referee for today is Nana Kofi Amwa. He's assisted by former best assistant referee in Ghana, Emmanuel Dolagbanu, alongside Edmond Tete. Our fourth referee is George Efa Sojonu, and our match commissioner is Jones Akubiem. This is the lineup for the visitors, Vision FC. They are maintaining goalkeeper Metepe in pose. At right back is Kwartin, at left back is Saman, Dongbali, and Redouane in central defense alongside Ajete Soa. He's the man to watch in that midfield. A Mercurial midfielder, so talented, a visionary passer who will be ensuring that he provides the support for Nana Kusia Asante, Sumaila, and Edmond Asante up front for the Ewo boys.
Well, Sharif Idrisu knows that if the supplies are coming from Jete Asoa and Nana Asante Kusi, the captain, he should be able to bury a couple of them. They need him to be that clinical.
Nana Kwekwajima, one of the respected coaches in Ghana when it comes to tactical discipline and, you know, top personality. He's got it all, but the big question is, how does he impact on the Vision mission in the Ghanaian top flight?
He's clearly given an indication how he wants to get things right. Initially started last season with a 3-back system. He's altered it this time around, and he explains that due to differences in profile of the players, he has to change the team, and that is what he's looking forward to get to the very best out of them.
The Hazlewood team has a former Vision FC centre-back in the fold, and they also have the man that scored twice against Kotoko in the last year of the Premier League on the other side for the Phobians. And so, familiar faces against familiar opponents.
Well, it will be quite interesting, and lots as at stake. Hartlepool want to win. Nate at Vision Football Club, after their draws against Heart of Lions and Kotoko, would also want to make amends.
There we go. Game underway here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Is Vision who gets us going this afternoon. Long ball in Osesibe will go up, and he's beaten in the air by Asante. Here is Amponsa. Now, Paku. He wants support, and he's put one in through for Hussein. He's doing the chasing, but that's some hard tackling from the Vision FC right back, Edmond Quatin.
Well, there's nothing that would go unfolded, and he would have to be at his best in order to prevent Hartlepool from advancing. George Paku has been brilliant in the last couple of games that he's played, and if anything is let loose, he's going to punish you.
Here is Ajete Soa for Vision. Now Redouane Ali. Back to Ametepe. Chance for the Phobians as Wayo pounces on the loose ball. Vision defends the alliance wall. It's the first corner of the afternoon to the Phobians.
Very good high press there. They know the deficiency of the team, making them very much uncomfortable. Nearly getting a goal there, but very good defensive work coming from Saman. Putting his body right in the path of that delivery from Mawuli Wayo. Great from the Phobians.
Hartlepool have a corner, George Paku to take. He goes for the short one. Here is Abdul Karim. Bafi swings in the ball, out by Redouane, only as far as Hussein. Lovely dummy by Hussein. Mensah swings the ball in, aiming at Wayo. Saman Mohammed under pressure from Mauli Wayo. Referee whistles infringement against Hartlepool.
It's clear from the Phobians. They know that Vision would want to play from the back. High press. Quick press on them, forcing them to make elementary mistakes.
Quatin. He's played himself into trouble, and he's committed a foul that has given the Phobians a free kick.
Vision will probably have to rethink. They need to be quicker in releasing the ball.
And can he send a decent cross? He sends a cross and it's cleared away by Salmon. Goal kick for Vision.
With a very clear intent, Hartlepool want to get running as quickly as possible. The intention is to quickly find the opener and settle Vision to try and let them chase the game. I'm sure I'm not quite to be thinking, do we still have to build a firm defense?
And Ponsa, Hamza Issa is beaten to it. Here's Quatin. Ball returned by Ali. Now Abdul Karim surges forward. He goes down, but no foul. Quatin stopped by Ali. Sends it back to Dongdali. Hussein tries to pick out Hamza, but unable to control it. One steps up for Vision. Calm defending from the center back. Hussein, good defending from Dongbali again. Here is Hussein looking for spaces, twisting and turning. Abdul Karim with a drive, but referee had already whistled for Hartlepool foul. Free kick Hartlepool.
Very intelligent play there from Hussein. Nearly threading that ball through. But Frank Dombali was right there. He slid in to make that challenge. That could have easily been a great opportunity for Mauli Wayo to find the opener. Hussein, very intelligent. I'm sure he'll be happy to have the partnership of himself and Abdul Karim once again. The two are fit. Will be very crucial to the success of the Phobians.
Free kick Hartlepool. We're approaching 5 minutes at the University of Ghana Stadium, the newly adopted, should I say newly adopted? I'm told that House of Oak initially chose this venue as the first option and Accra the second, but because of uncertainty surrounding the availability of Legon following renovation works, had to revert to Accra Stadium, and now they are back in Legon, hoping that it brings them good fortunes.
Well, there's the venue they've been lucky at for so many times. I'm sure Didi himself, very much comfortable in his early days with Hartlepool, was very much comfortable winning lots of games, including beating their bitter rivals, Asante Kotoko, here in the top 4.
Free kick for Hearts of Oak. George Paku, Ransford Mensah, Rafael Amponsa all showing interest in this one. Who delivers for the Phobians? It will be Mensah. He bends one right into the wall. He gets another one, switches to the right. Abdul Karim controls it down. Here is Paku. Vision defends well. Breaks away. But Osei Sibe will step up for the Phobians. Goes back to Agbesi. It will be interesting to see how the competition for that #1 spot for the Phobians gets, because of how Agbesi is gradually warming himself into this team, when indeed this team has a Black Stars goalkeeper as their #1, but only out through injury.
It's going to be very intense, I can tell you. Agbesi, one of the excellent goalkeepers we've seen in the country in the last couple of years, with Dreams FC, top performance in the CAF Confederation Cup. Unfortunately, injuries letting him off for a couple of seasons. Benjamin Asari would have one to contend with.
Vision with a chance, but he's blasted it away. That was glorious from Abdul Nasiru Sumaila. It was a big chance. He could have done better.
Glorious opportunity, stole it away from Ali Mohammed. He had an option to find Sharif Idrisu. Ebaz was looking at tipping, getting one over Abasi. Fortunately, that hit was too powerful and too high.
Here is Hamza. He's up against Redwan, and Hamza wins the corner for the Phobians.
Very good play there from Hamza. He knew exactly what he had to do. Still in his way, just behind Saman. But Vision will thank their stars. They had Redwan to send that ball out of play for a corner kick.
George Paku to take the corner for Hearts of Oak. Paku bends one to the far post. Ali is arriving but unable to make the needed contact. Goal kick, Vision.
Well, that was too far away from everyone inside the goalkeeper's area, the penalty area. Paku knew he could have done better. I'm not sure Ali expected that delivery to come that far. He said it was too high, but the jump was a bit late.
Kwatin. Dongbali.
The first line of the Phobians' defensive work seems to have really been great. Vision are struggling to play their usual build-up game from defense calmly. The Phobians making them feel uncomfortable.
Bernard Kwatin to take the throw for Vision. Now Abdul Karim will take over for Hearts of Oak. He picks up Mawali Wayo down the right side. Wayo is beaten to it. Only for Amponsa to rescue the situation and find Befi down the right side. Befi has got a lot of space in front of him. Here is Amanko Befi. Karim arrives, takes it. Tries to cross one in, away by Vision. Throw in Hearts of Oak. Osei Sibe with a cross in. Hamza tries to connect it, but it's cleared by Kwatin. Somaila's brought down. Free kick for Vision.
It's clearly been the live wire for the Vision FC team. Being able to carry the ball away. Very good run there from him. There was no way Ransford was going to make him advance.
Here is Ajeta Soa, tried to thread that one through for Somaila, but didn't quite get it well.
Too much weight on that pass. There was no way Somaila was going to get to it.
Here is Mawali Wayo for Hearts of Oak. brings it back to Abdul Karim. It's a poor touch from the midfielder, and Vision will take charge. Here is Ajeto Soa. He's got Sumaila drifting down the right side, but again, very uncharacteristic of him. He gives the ball away, and here's Agbesi, tidies up for Hadzavok. Esibe, Abdul Karim, Wayo, Bayfi on the right side. Bayfi picks it up. Here is Amankwa Bayfi, back to Mawali Wayo. Gradually trying to weave their way into enemy territory. Wayo called for the foul, and the defender butts into it, and he's won Hadzavok a free kick.
Well, that was the very best of defensive work coming in from Saman. Wayo knew exactly what he was doing. Just played it just in front of the defender, and Ali, Red One, bashed into him.
10 minutes at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium in Legon. It's Hearts of Oak 0, Vision FC 0. Hearts have a free kick. No clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities created in the last 10 minutes. The Phobians seem to be the slightly dominant side in the opening 10 we've witnessed so far, and it's Paku and Mensah behind the free kick. Mensah will allow Paku to take, and Paku swings one in. Osei Sibe, Hussein, Abdul Karim. Is a poor touch from Karim, goal kick.
Clearly, you could see that wasn't his intention. But unfortunate, awkward bounce of the ball resulted in him playing it that way. Just looking at far post, trying to get the run of either Paku or Hamza Isa.
Bayfi. Wayo just can't keep that one in. It rolls over the line. Is a throw into Vision. Vision are 10th on the league table with 14 points, 3 wins from the opening 11 games. They've drawn 5 times and lost 3, and they've gone 5 games, 3 draws, 1 defeat, and 1 win in their last 5, with the last draw coming against Lions last week in Tema. Here is Hussein. Just can't get through to Paku. Sumaila. Kwarteng loses the ball to Paku, but referee thinks the foot from Paku was too high up against Bernard Kwarteng. Free kick for Vision.
Clearly, the stats were showing was clearly a stamp getting right onto his shin. There's no way the referee was going to allow Paku to get away. Lucky to have even escaped any caution.
Dongbale's delivery. Isibe's first in the air. Jetesoa. That's a lovely pass, but Agbasi is very quick to react.
Very excellent goalkeeping there. He read in between the lines. Can credit Ali Mohammed also closing down that space, preventing it from getting.
Bayfi picks out Hamza Isa. He's up against Red One. Hamza turns, tries to shoot Hussein, but goalkeeper Metefe arrives and grabs it for Vision.
Well, very good show of strength there. Awkward bounce, poor control from Hamza. But unfortunately, he failed to get in that cutback early to Hussein. Can credit the goalkeeper, Metefe.
Asante. Kwarteng. Asante. Ajete Soa. It's a lovely ball to Sumaila. He finds Idrisu. He turns and looks for support. This is a big chance for Vision. Can they make it count? Agbasi doesn't make any contact, but nobody arriving to put the ball at the back of the net for Vision. Is a goal kick.
That was dangerous play there. Edmond Asante right there. Very good gather. That was the best build-up seen from Vision. Look at that pass. Asante got the better of Bayfi. Just play the ball just across the face of goal. Too quick for Agbasi to have anything on it. And look at the Vision FC players so far away from getting anything on that delivery.
Agbasi's delivery goes wayward. guided Dreams FC to Confederations Cup semi-finals during his stints with the club. Highly rated goalkeeper, but stayed at home the whole of last season, and now he wants to make a claim for the Hearts of Oak #1 spot. Ajete Sowa, Asante, Kwarteng, Dongbali, Asante. Now Hearts of Oak could take possession. Here is Hussein. He sees Mauli Wayo's run, but Red One is there for vision. Ajete Sowa traps it back. Here is Kwarteng. Tries to pick out Idrisu, but Osesibe has the ball down, and it's Abdul Karim. Hussein. Karim gives the ball away cheaply.
Game gradually opening up. Hearts of Oak not in total control like they did in the opening minutes of the game. Vision gradually finding a way to evade the Hearts of Oak press.
There's a foul against Vision FC's captain Nana Kusia Asante for that clumsy challenge on Hearts of Oak's Amponsa.
Very poor control there from the captain. He kept his eyes off the ball, and by the time he got onto it, it was poor control, and he had to just lunge into that tackle. Good call by the referee.
Saisebe, Hamza's flick on. Here is Hamza. He's with a chance for the Phobians. He takes a deflection of Red One, goes off the post, and it's a corner for Hearts of Oak.
That was good there from Hamza Issa. He knew exactly where the goalkeeper had positioned himself. Unfortunately, that ball with enough power bounced off Red One's body and had to just go off the post. Good control there from him. You can clearly see that hit was aiming for the top left corner.
Corner for Hearts of Oak. George Parku swings one to the far post. Ali is there. He traps it back. I see with a bicycle kick cleared on the line by Dongbali. Good defending. Here is Hussein. Now he falls to Amponsa. He kills one, but it goes over the bar for a goal kick. But that effort from Esibe was simply awesome.
Good utilization of the set piece there from the Phobians. George Baku, far post, Ali, jump higher. This time around, got to where the Sibe with an acrobatic kick. But good defensive work there from Fisher, clearing it right on the line. And Ponsa had to at least find a target. That was a casual kick. There was no way he was going to find a target with that.
Dongbali. Mensah beaten in the air, but that's what to get the ball away. Referee thinks it was a handball against the Vision left back. Yeah, the Oak left back, I should say.
Ransford knows that it's going to be a tough battle between himself and Sumaila. He has to put his A game on. It's getting quite interesting.
Kwarteng's delivery. Idrisu heads it down, is straight to Agbesi. Ali. Abdul Karim. Yabefi sat out of last weekend's game against Young Apostles. His place was taken by Manola Mankwa, who drops to the bench for this afternoon's game for Befi to take back his place at right back for the Phobians. It's been one of the most consistent features for Hearts of Oak and the Didi Dramani this term, Mankwa Befi.
He's clearly perfected that role, making it his. And clearly tell anytime he's available is going to be the first choice right back, combining defensive and attacking duties.
Dongbali. Edmond Asante. Ajete Sowa trying to find Asante, and Esibe clears the ball away.
Ajete wanted that pass earlier, wanted to pick up that ball. You clearly see he wanted quicker. But his teammates are not on the same page with him.
Asante. Sensa. Paco. Hussein. Hamza makes the run. But it's Mensah who is the target. Redwan arrives, tidies up, gets it away. Now Sumaila for Vision. Obstructed by Hussein, and as a free kick for Vision. We've done 20 minutes at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It's Hartlepool 0, Vision FC 0.
Clearly becoming a balanced game now. Hartlepool haven't really kept Vision tucked into their own half. Vision have had a couple of instances they've been able to move away from their own half. It's quite interesting, just that they haven't had any decent goal-scoring opportunity. Like by Hartlepool, the only time it fell to SEB was cleared off the line from that acrobatic kick. Still early days yet.
Redwan almost giving the ball away. Wayo didn't take full advantage of that one. Ametefe gets it away. Here is Amponsa. That's a foul. And it's going to be a yellow card. That's cynical. Unacceptable. Referee will definitely flash his card. And the yellow card has been flashed to Maxwell Kweku Sensa, the number 4 of Vision FC, for that clumsy challenge on Amponsa.
Kweku Sensa knew exactly what was coming. He knew he had committed himself too late to that ball. Intelligent play there from Rafael Amponsa. He knew the lunge was always going to come in. And he got his marker booked there.
First yellow card, flash to the Vision midfielder Kweku Sensa, and just look at that challenge. Very, very clumsy.
He should have read in between the lines, taking his time. Don't see the rush to make the challenge.
Free kick for Hartlepool. There's George Parku and Amponsa. It will be Amponsa. He goes for the power drive and is drifted over the bar for a goal kick.
Could possibly be the cleat. He may have to change it. His ball's always rising. You can clearly see concerns from Didi Dramani. He can be wasting these set pieces. Should at least be testing the goalkeeper, causing the goal mouth melee. That was poor from him. In a game when you struggle to get a lot of goal scoring opportunities, you make set pieces count. It's the order of contemporary football.
Here is Wayo. Abdul Karim outmuscled and giving the ball away. Idris was chasing that one, but that's some instinctive reaction from Agbasi. He needed to come out of his area to get that ball away. Good judgment from Solomon Agbasi.
Another trademark card there played by Agbasi. Very good read of the ball. He comes out as a sweeper to clear these opportunities, and it was just at the edge of his goalkeeper's area. There was no way he was going to allow Sharif get to that before him.
Mensah finds Hamza with that throw. He's up against Redwan. Here's Paku into the midfield for Abdul Karim, to the right side for Beifi, but Vision will cut it out through Saman. Now they want to launch a move of their own. Asante beaten to it by Sebe. Abdul Karim will step up, and Hussein will control for the Phobians. He's got Paku to his left. Here is George Paku. Hussein makes another move, but Paku goes past his marker. Switches to Maoli Wayo. There's a chance for Hartlepool. Here is Wayo. It's a poor effort from Maoli Wayo. Hussein gets it back, but Ajete Soa will take over. But the assistant referee have got his flag up because Vision have a player down who needs to be attended to.
Clearly, you could see he was trying to make that quick recovery in preventing Maoli Wayo from latching onto that ball. Looked like a hit right onto his mouth. It wasn't intentional though, but someone seems to be in a bit of pain there. Had to focus. Final decision making in the last third of the pitch, where they need to be more threatening. Still lacking that bite. You can see the early warm-ups for the players. It hasn't been too decent from them, and you can see the concerns from these lads. Nothing to smile about at the moment. The fans are a bit worried. But Vision will be happy. They will be proud. Not conceding so far.
Amponsa fouled by Asante. Free kick for Hatsavok taken, and here is Esibe wearing the armband in the absence of Benjamin Asari, who is injured and is likely to return to the team next week. And here is Yamankwa Beifi, puts one through for Wayo. Wayo go past his marker. Wayo with a cutback. Here is Hussein. Can he score? He wasted so much time. Now Amponsa switches back to Beifi down the right side. Can he send a decent cross? Now Beifi is up against Sanan. Beifi, corner Hatsavok.
Very good offensive work there coming from Saman. Beifi would have quickly swung that in. But he asks himself again, had to forget it. Very decent opportunities. The earlier one to Hussein, he delayed. He should have pulled the trigger right before making an extra touch, which caused him that delay. And then Kwekwa was never going to allow him to pull that trigger once he gave him an option to recover.
Paku to take the corner for Hearts. He swings one in. Esibe arrives and heads the ball. That was close from Kelvin Osei Esibe. Goal kick, Vision.
Very close there from the captain. He's one of the players you can trust when it comes to aerial balls. Very good leap there. But unfortunately, he couldn't find the target. Credit to Kusi Asante. That clearly put Esibe off the intended connection to that ball.
Sensa, Asante, Dongbali, Sensa, Ridwan Ali, Edmond Asante. Finds his captain, Nana Kusi Asante, who is trying to pick out Sumaila down the right. Sumaila goes down from the challenge of Ransford Mensah. Referee says game on. Here is Hussein. Goes down, no foul again. Ajete Sowa. Asante unable to sort his feet out as Vision gets another throw in.
Difficult there, you can see. Down in pain. And there's also, looks like nobody touched him. He seemed to have pulled a muzzle there. Consent of the defensive work there. You can see Ransford once again barging into his man. Probably the referee failed to note that one as a bad challenge there from Ransford Mensah, but anything that will take Sumaila out of the game, the dark arts have started. But Hussein also seems to be in pain. Atofok would not want to lose him again.
Hatsavok remains set on the league table. They've amassed 18 points with 4 wins, 1 defeat, and 6 draws. They are the team with the most drawn games in the Premier League. But the most worrying part of their campaign this season has been that out of 11 games played so far, they've scored a paltry 8 goals and considered 4, being the best defensive team in the Premier League, but have big concerns about goal scoring. Hatsavok.
And that will always be a concern if you are not able to score, if you are not able to win your matches by scoring more. That is the ultimate problem.
Amponsa gets it away only as far as Saman. Redwan arrives ahead of Mauli Wayo. He got the final touch but disagrees with the call of the assistant referee. Befi would not mind, puts one through for Wayo. Another free kick for Hatsavok as Wayo goes down from the challenge of the Vision FC left back, Saman Mohammed.
Says there, he thought that was a clean challenge by the referee. And the assistant not happy with the reaction. A clear warning. You need to keep your cool. The next time it happens, you're going to the books.
Saman is making that left back row competitive for places after the exit of Hoyeboa to Midiama. He's coming in. He's been awesome. Here's Paku. Now Mensah swings one in. That was close. It just rides over the bar for a goal kick.
That was more decent from Hatterful. Mensah with a better hit there. Training ground routine, but look at that. Close. Much more closer than the other free kick. He hit right into the wall. He had his navigation right, but unfortunately, just a meter away.
We've hit the half-hour mark of the game. 30 minutes in Legon. Hearts of Ogneo. Vision FC Neo. Here is Hamza. There's an appeal for a handball, but Hamza hangs on it. Paku. Hamza goes down. No foul. Asante. Kwatin goes past Amponsa. Here is Kusi. Asante. Dongbali. Kwatin under pressure. He gives the ball away to Hussein. And Hussein equally loses possession. Ajete Soa. Idrisu. Soa. He sees Somalia's movement, but it's Mohamed Ali who tidies up for the Phobians and finds Agbasi. Agbasi gets it away. His target is Mauliwayo, but the ball rolls outside for a throw-in.
A good press there coming in from Sharif, prevented Agbasi from having the time to make a very good pass. It's quite getting difficult for any of the teams to have a smooth run through the opponent's midfield and create very decent goal-scoring opportunities.
Bernard Kwatin. Asante, lovely touch from Soa. Asante goes down, no foul. Abdul Karim, particularly, is giving the ball away so easily in midfield for the Phobians.
It's quite surprising, all because of the disconnect between his other midfield partners. They are too far away from him.
That's a good call from Emmanuel Dolagbanu, the assistant referee, flagging Edmond Asante for offside.
It was the experience of all the center men today. Ali Mohammed should be calming down. He can't be making rash challenges off the ball.
The adrenaline that runs through you when you're playing against your former club and wants to impress and show them what they've lost probably will run into the mind of Muhammad Ali. Now here's Ajete Soa. Maxwell Sensa. Saman Mohammed. Dongbali. Bernard Kwatin. Ajete Soa. Brilliant turn from Soa. He goes down. There's certainly a foul. I told you about him. His quality, his dexterity, his ability to create chances from nowhere and shot opponents. And that's exactly what he's bringing into this game, Soa.
That was a clever touch from him, picking up that pass from Kwate. Look at that turn, quick feet, good pass, Amponsa. And he only had to make that challenge in there. The Vision want to be creating a lot more. They should be getting a lot more times on the ball.
I witnessed the game involving Vision and Asante Kotoko where Soa produced a man of the match performance to the admiration of the many people that thrown to the near J. Kraku, the second pack in Tema. He's one to watch for the future, Ajete Soa.
Clearly the Maverick in the team, ready to take risks, create goal-scoring opportunities, not afraid to pick up any pass.
Saman's ball straight to Agbasi.
That was too heavy a pass. And Agbasi was always going to grab that in his area.
Delivery straight to Ali. Abdul Karim there was an elbow. I saw that right there, and the referee will be charitable not to flash a card, and the Phobians will quickly search forward. George Parku, not on the same page we were saying, I guess.
The idea was clearly there. Hussein wanted that ball earlier. It took some time before making that pass, and Hussein thought he was going to go directly into the penalty area. Quite unfortunate. It's happened a couple of times.
Throw in for Hearts of Oak. That's a poor touch. Very uncharacteristic of him.
And Hussein will be disappointed in himself. That's clearly the same problem repeating itself every single week. Looks more like ideas vanish when they get into the final third of the pitch. And that has been the worry of Masudi Dramani. How to get these players finding the prudent decisions.
Miscommunication resulting in a collision between two players from Vision FC, and has let both of them down. I can see Dongbali and then Maxwell Sensor.
That was very poor decision making. They couldn't communicate. You can see the elbow of Sensor right into the face of Dongbali. They wouldn't be happy. And he could identify the floor there, eager to barge into each other. And this gives an opportunity for Didi Dramani to issue some instructions. The Phobians with the press. And Beto Desari would also quickly make that decision to talk to Sumaila. If you are looking for one of the coaches who has an interest on the flanks, Beto Desari. Many talk about Asante Kotoko's Peter Amidu Akwa. He clearly had an eye on him. He had lots of work on him to bring him out of how poor decisions he made. And I'm sure this would be a good moment for Sumaila to know that I've fallen off my best.
Dongbali and Sensor should be fine now for Vision. Soa finds Idrisu. The big striker hangs on well. Good hold-up play from him. Saman Mohammed down the left side for Vision. He wants to weigh in across. Holds on. Ridwan Ali. Sensor. Dongbali, Asante, to his namesake. Now he's moved on from that left wing to come close to Sumaila, who would usually drift in to join Idrisu. Ajete Sowa. All the way back to Ridwan, who goes to his goalkeeper, Gordon Ametefe. But referee whistles for Amponsan to be attended to. He seemed to have suffered from an earlier knock, Rafael Amponsan.
I'm not sure he would be able to finish this game. The best for him could probably be the first half, and you can see from him shaking his head. Look like a swollen eye there. They will need some better treatment before getting back onto the pitch.
I've already seen the likes of Opon Frane, all of them warming up alongside Martin Kakari for possible replacement in the event that he's unable to continue Rafael Amponsan. So that's Afrani, joined by Kakari and also Abdulaziz Adam, brought in from Tamale City. Agbesi misses, but Ali will step up for Hearts of Oak. Idrisu. Sumaila. Asante. Edmond Asante. Lovely play from him, but he's giving it away. Maoli Wayo. Hamza Isa. Free kick, Hearts of Oak.
Very good gather there from Hamza Isa. The times the Phobians needing to hold up play, win some free kicks. That was good to evade the pressure of him. Good pass there from Hussein, was waiting for that return. But there was no way Hamza could have evaded the two players who just backed into him.
Mensah, he wins the corner for Hearts. It's 40 minutes at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium in Legon. Hearts of Oak, 0. Vision FC, 0.
Hearts of Oak still asking questions. And they need to be a bit clinical. They need to find the target. Possibly this corner kick would offer them that opportunity to do that.
George Parker to the far post. Mohamed Ali arrives with a header. This should be the opening goal. And Hearts of Oak have opened the scoring at the University of Ghana Stadium. On 41 minutes, it's Mauli Wayo. He scored against Vision last season, and he scored against them this season again. It's 41 minutes at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It's Hearts of Oak 1, Vision FC 0. Goal scored by Mauli Wayo.
It was the likeliest where the Phobias were going to get on target. This has happened a couple of times. Brilliant delivery from Paku. It normally gets onto Ali Mohammed. He heads it back in, and then any other connector will try to find the target. This time around, it was a very good finish there from Mauliwayo. Right place, right time.
Right place, right time. Just couldn't afford to miss this glorious scoring opportunity, and it settles the nerves of the Phobians after Vision had matched them boot for boot in the opening 40 minutes. It's a Wayo goal for the Phobians opener.
Saman will be a bit disappointed, allowing Ali at the far post to connect to that one. I'm sure that he couldn't read every single time the ball was going to go to Ali Mohammed and failed to curtail it. But Hearts of Oak will be happy. Looks like the good omen for them at the University of Ghana Stadium.
It's good fortune to the Phobians, and you can take that away from them. They knew why they wanted to come here, but there's still more 45 minutes to play for after recess.
This will quite settle them. Will keep them cool to play their game. And then keep this lead going into the tunnel.
Wayo again on his bike on the right side, and he swings in across. It's flicked away by Kwartin. He had to be there to do that for his team. Here is Mensah for Hearts of Oak. Ali. Hamza brings it back for Mensah, and there's a poor delivery by Mensah. Ametefe struggles to deal with it, but he makes amends.
Well, that was poor there from Ransford Mensah, and it was hanging. The goalkeeper was struggling to have anything on that, but close to the far post. He didn't want to make a mistake. Wayo was a bit late. He read the signs, but he was too late to that. Had to folk gradually asking lots of questions. Vision feeling a bit more comfortable in the penalty area in the defensive third.
Last season, Hearts of Oak took 4 points off Vision FC. They drew 1-1 in Tema, and the Phobians beat them by a lone goal at the Accra Sports Stadium. In that game played in Tema, Osei Sibe was the scorer for Vision, was the scorer for Hearts of Oak. But in the reverse fixture, when the Phobians won by 1-0 and got maximum points, it was this afternoon's goal scorer, Mauli Wayo, who did a trick for the Phobians. Abdul Karim.
The Phobians needed this.
Here is Idrisu, Ajete Soa. The Phobians look very well organized defensively, and here they tear away once again is Maoli Wayo. Oh, brilliant. He's enjoying himself after that goal. Wayo comes in the middle and finds Abdul Karim. Now, Mensah, Paku tries to cut in and go past Kwarteng. Mensah, Amponsa, Paku, Mensah. Good play from Adzabog, but Paku gives it away. Sensa. That's a foul. And it should be a yellow card. It's a clumsy challenge indeed coming from the goal scorer Maoli Wayo. He had no business going in with that tackle, and he's even gotten himself injured in the process.
That was needless from him. That was a rash challenge. Virtually out of nowhere. There was no need to go into his man like that. Look at that. Very late challenge. Needlessly getting a yellow card and finding himself also in pain.
Wayo makes the headlines. One goal, only has the player to be yellow carded, and currently receiving treatment. Looking forward to staying fit to continue with the game, Maoli Wayo.
Well, clearly could see that it was a sharp pain that he had to endure quickly, but it looks to have just shrugged it off and will be back on the pitch to continue his good work. So the yellow card is going to be tight for him to keep up the high press going forward. Any mistake from him will attract the second yellow card.
We're into the final seconds of stoppage time in the first half to wrap it all up with the Phobians leading 1-0 here in Legon. It's Sibe's clearance. Hamza flicks it. Hussein hits it only as far as Dongbali, Soa, Asante, Sensa, Saman tries to pick out Idrisu, but Osibe is there, and Mensah will find Paku. Paku to Mensah. Mensah doesn't get it away properly. Amponsa goes down, referee is right there. He whistles, and it's a free kick for Adzabog.
He's been intelligent. He's been winning lots of fouls in midfield. He's actually gotten the better of Asante and then Sensa in that midfield single-handedly. He knows exactly what he's doing, and his experience coming to bear.
Strauss and Hamza tried to connect first time, but that's the halftime whistle at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium on match day 12 of the Ghana Premier League. Hearts of Oak in the lead at halftime. Maoli Wayo scoring just before the break with 4 minutes to end the first half. Wayo just pouncing on that header from Ali Mohammed from Paku's corner to open the scoring for Hearts of Oak. It's been an entertaining first half here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium in the Ghana Premier League match day 12. It's halftime here in Legon. Hearts of Oak 1, Vision FC 0.
So it's halftime here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Hearts of Oak are leading Vision FC by a goal scored by Maoli Wayo, and I've been joined by the assistant coach of Hearts of Oak, Abdul Ghazali. Coach, I mean, the first half almost ended in a draw, then you came back strongly and scored. It is obvious in the second half, Vision will come out very, very strong. What do the boys need to do to ensure you get all 3 points?
I think we need to just continue to do what we want to do. We came in with the mindset that we want to press, because we know that Vision want to play from the back. We have seen that we know where they have problems, so we try to block that particular side and press on it so that if they send a long one, we can pick the ball. And I think the first half has been good for us because what we practice and what we expect them to do, they are doing exactly what we expect them to do, and it is easy for us because we are able to press, we win the ball. At least by now we shall be up by 2-3 goals.
Of course. Thanks very much. Then we wish you all the best for the second half. That is the assistant coach of Accra Hearts of Oak, Abdul Ghazali, talking to us there. Then I will be joined by the assistant coach of Vision. He is coming in as well. Because it has not been a good first half for them. They nearly got a draw in the first 45 minutes, but for Mawuliwayo scoring that last-minute goal against them, it has been a very, very difficult one for Vision. Coach, your first half, you almost got that draw before the first half ended. Do you think it was a lack of concentration in the dying numbers of the game?
It's a multiple of factors. Yes, you are even saying a draw. We should have even taken the lead, looking at the 2 clear chances we got. But I think it's lack of composure and then a bit of confidence. You know, they are playing against a team like Accra Hearts of Oak, so they feel they need to do something different. So we kept telling them that. And it's the normal, ordinary games they've been playing. And I think if they get their confidence back and we put...
Are you going to tweak the system a bit in the second half as you are chasing the game?
No, we will not tweak it because we could see clearly that in the middle of the field we were dominating. And it's just the penetrative passes that are not coming as expected. But I think we'll speak with them in the dressing room and then they will come back stronger.
Well, we wish you all the best for the second half. That is the assistant manager or coach for Vision FC. They are down by a goal to nil against Hearts of Oak here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It is match day 12 of the Ghana Premier League. Hearts leading Vision by a goal to nil. Let's take a quick break. When we return, Kelvin will join me for the first half analysis.
Drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
I want to watch the match.
Even watches Ghana football these days.
Scored by Mawule Wayo. My name is Mutale Akubo, and this is the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and Onya TV, powered by Adisa Production Limited. Here with Kelvin Owusu-Ansah, who was in commentary position. Kelvin, it was a vision that started the better of the two sides, but they could not make their chances count.
Well, and that has been the difficulty for them. Hatofok have made the game a bit unbearable because they need all the time in the world to start their build-up calmly from defense, get into midfield before the likes of Ajiti can get on the ball and feed, the big man, Sharif, up front. But Hatofok with their high press from Mauliwayo, Hamza Isa, and then George Parker have made it very difficult for them. And even in midfield, Raphael Amposa had made sure that Kusi and then Sensa would not have, ample time on the ball to make those incisive passing. Unfortunately for the Phobians, anytime they do that and they get into the final third of the P2, they make it, a very poor decision. Not the prudent of decisions they've been making. But I think that for Vision, it's all because of the way Hatofok have made the game a bit jittery for them. They need to have a game that would, a bit more settled. And Hatofok are not willing to allow them to have, that ample time and then the comfortability in order to play the way they want.
So some highlights from the first half. Vision FC getting numerous chances but not making it count, and it's Hatofok who have taken the lead. I saw Masoud Didi Dramani shouting on top of his lungs because that midfield trio was not working. It looks like they were a bit disjointed, but in the dying embers of the game, they really came to life.
Well, it was all because Karim and then Hussein all wanted to get up front, and it gave too many numbers away, giving an opportunity to Nana Kusia Sante and also Sensa to dominate play from midfield. But once Karim decided to drop a bit deeper, get into the central midfield row and allow Hussein to be doing more of the attack, they settled, and they knew that once Amponsa made, the recoveries, he gets the ball to Karim, makes the distribution to Hussein, who tries to link up with the forward men, and that actually settled the way the Phobians wanted to play and made them more impactful in the first half.
So let's have a look at the goal that Hatofok scored. It looks like a proper training ground routine. Ali at the back, George Parku floats that ball in. Ali heads the ball across back from where it came from, then someone connects. They've tried it several times, but one of those worked with Mauliwayo connecting.
Well, you're right. That was the fourth time they had tried that, and it actually worked for them on the fourth, attempt. And it was quite surprising that Vision couldn't identify that. George Parku, very excellent deliveries. Initially, I was complaining about it, thinking that they were too high deliveries. But this time around, he made sure that Ali got onto it. Maybe it was Ali who was not connecting better because he missed one, and then two attempts that he got the ball back in. Hatofok couldn't, make very good use of the ball. But this time around, Ali made sure that he was going to stay right in the path of the ball, got the ball back into the goalkeeper's area. You may blame the goalkeeper. That is his territory. He needs a lot more command. But he credit Mauliwayo for also finding himself in the right place at the right time to capitalize on that loose ball, heading it easily into the net to get Hatofok the opener. So it's a routine. They asked a couple of times of Dreams FC, and on the fourth attempt, Vision, I should say, failed to clear that ball, and then they got to the goal.
Burton Wilson, the assistant coach of Vision, I just spoke to him a few minutes ago. He says that they need to just up their game a bit because they should have even led. That is what he thinks.
And it's quite surprising because you can see their transition from midfield into attack. They look more promising, but they haven't got the players who are supposed to do the damage a lot more times on the ball. Sumaila on the right-hand side of attack has been let, down a couple of times when he wants the ball. And for Ajete Sowa in a very advanced position, they haven't been getting him so many times on the ball. And I asked questions that this is the guy making the game a bit uncomfortable for the Phobians. Why don't you feed him with a lot more? Try to win lots of fouls in very good spaces, about 30, 25, 35 yards away from the goalpost. You can be working goalkeeper Solomon Abasi, but that hasn't been the case. And I think that he knows it. Once when the game was on a temporary hold-up, he called one of the players, that was Sumaila, telling him he wants him a bit more direct. But Sumaila cannot do so much when he's not being fed with the ball. And I think that those supplies must be clearer and more than expected in the second half.
Now, usually, Kelvin, with a 1-0 scoreline, it can be awkward if you're a coach in that position. what do you do, or what does Masoud Didi Dramani do in the second half? Do you go for more goals, or do you sit back and soak the pressure and see how this one?
Well, Hearts of Oak don't want to sit back. You can see clearly, even after they scored, they wanted a lot more. You know, they've been criticized so much, and Masoud Didi Dramani knows that his team hasn't been very, very threatening up front. They want to get a lot more goals. He still wants to see evidential of how they make the progression, build up play from defense to midfield, and then into the final third of the pitch, where he wants to see Hamza Issa and the like scoring more. Fine, you might have scored from the set piece, but this goal gives Hearts of Oak the patience to come into the second half more confident, calmer, not in a rush to get any goal. Now Vision would have to chase the game, and it will give Hearts of Oak now to use Mauliwayo, George Parko and Hamza Issa a lot more anytime they hit on the break.
Of course, and it looks like one position that Hearts of Oak do not have any headache at the moment is that goalkeeping position. Asare not around, Agbasi continuing playing for the third successive time. I mean, he had a few scary moments, but he's been assured throughout the first 45 minutes.
And that is what you would want from a team, you know, competent backups. And for Solomon Abasi, it's going to be very much difficult for, you know, Vision to try plunge their way through. Every time that they have, it looks like he has, you know, an antidote until that scary moment where Ali had to bail him out. What happens to the Phobians is now they can have the confidence. 2 seasons ago, they were always thinking, is it Kwasim Ketia going to be imposed? Is it Richmond Ayu is going to be imposed? You know, exactly. But now they can have the confidence, and that is the mark of a very good team. I think that was the most, you know, brilliant purchase the Phobians made this time around. Everything seems to be set for them, and thankfully, they have able backups in defense as well. And the consistency of Ali Mohammed and SCB seems to be good riddance for Hearts of Oak. If you have a very good goalkeeper, you have a very good central defense. Befi and then Ranford Mensah have always been available, and that tells a very good story.
Of course, and for Nana Kwakuajimai, the head coach of Vision FC, you don't need, a soothsayer to tell you how Vision will come out in the second half. They will come out all guns blazing, trying to get that equalizer, and that can be dangerous because you can be vulnerable if you leave spaces behind.
Well, that can be dangerous. Yes, you may be vulnerable, and I'm sure that he doesn't need to get a lot more players up front. He has the men to do it. I think Sumaila and then Ajete as well as Kusia Sante themselves can try push the ball a bit more up front and find the big man Sharif upfield. You look at the way they play, it's not favoring Sharif. For a man of his stature and his physique, you'd want to be feeding him a lot more so that the scraps will fall for the likes of Kusia Sante and then Ajete in very good positions to try hit the target. Hopefully, he's going to do that and put these players a lot more on the ball.
Second half about to start. From what you've seen so far, do you think Hearts of Oak could steal this one?
Well, they are in good position. They have dominated play. They are creating the most dangerous chances, and I think that going into the second half, they stand a better chance of winning this.
Second half about to start here at the Accra Sports Stadium. Sorry, the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Hearts of Oak have relocated, and this is the first game they are playing here this season. They are leading Vision by 1-0 in the first half in match day 12. So I hand you over back to our commentators Nana Dakwa Jesse and Kelvin Owusu Ansah. Enjoy the second 45 minutes.
Welcome back for second half of this Ghana Premier League match day 12 fixture between Hearts of Oak and Vision FC. The Phobians went into the break leading Ketsi Mauliwayo's goal, and back from recess is Vision FC, who have changed their jerseys because there seemed to be a color clash with the Phobians when they were in that orange jerseys. They are back from recess this time with purple tops over green shorts to match here in Legon. It's the second half of the Ghana Premier League game between Hearts and Vision. Live on TV3, Onua TV, and Max TV. Abdul Karim kicks off for second half. Yes, Quatin. Asante. Ball stopped by Esibe. Maxwell Sama. Asante. Kwartin wants to go down the right side. It's a good move from the right back, but he stopped. That's what to still hang on. Goal kick. Vision seemed to have begun the second half on a rather aggressive and positive notes, trying to make early incursions, has been initiated by Kwartin here.
They were a bit lethargic in the approach to the first half, and complaints came in right at halftime from Beto Nasari, the assistant. In that interview, making it clear that wasn't the intent, that wasn't how they wanted to play. But I'm sure they know how to quickly pick up the pieces.
Sumaila's cross is straight to Agbasi. Hazovo give away possession. Edmond Asante trying to dish out one from a distance, and it goes out for a goal kick.
I'm not sure anyone is going to be happy with that delivery, not even himself. And you could see from his demeanor, quite disappointed. He had lots of space, lots of time, and he had lots of options to make that pass. He's eager to quickly get a equalizer for his team, but that is not how you do it.
Wayo with a cross, good header away by Ridwan. Now Sensa, Ali, Amponsa, Asante, Idrisu. Shows great strength anytime in possession. Kusi Asante can get to Ajete, so Apaku clears the ball away only as far as Dongbali. Great possession ability from Vision, but not translating into any dangerous attacks. Here is Hussein. Brilliant turn from Hussein. That's lovely. Goes past his marker. Great play from Hussein. He finds Wayo with a cross. Paku is arriving, and Kwartin is early to clear the ball away.
Brilliant piece of play there from Hussein. He's the one expected to be making these incursions. Good pass, this man. Brilliant pass down the right-hand side, where he was clearly looking for Paku at the far end of the penalty area. Lambali cleared it.
Mensah's cross takes a deflection of Kwartin and is a Hazovo corner.
Clearly, the Phobians know that the crosses could help them a lot. They seem to be causing lots of problems for Vision anytime those deliveries are sent in. But we want to be doing a lot more of that.
George Paku to take the corner for Hatzawok. From the left-hand side, he goes in with a right foot for an in-swinger, and he goes for short corner. Abdul Karim turns and looks for space to drive. He drives, but is cleared away by Kwartin. Mensah shoots from a distance and is straight to Ametefe.
That was brilliant there from Hatterford, trying to quickly make an incursion.
Pressure for Ridwan. Ball falls to Paku. And Paku drives one. It's a brilliant save from Ametefe to deny George Paku. But that was an excellent drive from the Hazovo midfielder.
Very fantastic drive there from George Paku. Brilliant, took the time in the world to pick a spot. And that was a powerful drive. Equally fantastic save there from Ametepe, dignifying that effort from George Paku. He's gradually growing in confidence, making himself a crucial part of the Phobians team.
Paku to take the corner was denied just a while ago. He swings one. Ali arrives but can't make contact. There's an appeal for a handball, but Vision will get the ball away. Now Soa, only as far as Mensah. Sanan is under pressure. That's what to find Ajete Soa. But Abdul Karim will step up for Adzabok. Osei has given the ball away. Here is Soa. Now Idrisu. He sees Quatin down the right side. He spots Quatin. Here is Quatin. He's up against Mensah. Sends the cross in, and Idrisu can't get to it. Soa to Edmond Asante. Trying to create the space. Abdul Karim. Sanan Mohammed. Meshak Jete Soa kicks the ball out for a throw, for a goal kick to Adzabok.
You can clearly see the intent is to try and get on the wide areas, whip the ball in. But Soa knows that he could have actually done better with that. Still asking questions of how.
Substitution for Vision, Edmond Asante and Abdul Samaila. Off for George Tainagazi and Benjamin Quatin. Samaila is not really happening for him this evening. He was very lively in the opening stages of the first half, but we've seen little of him since the second half began.
He wouldn't be happy, but clearly he's fallen off that strength you would have expected from him. The coaches want a lot more vibrancy and urgency up front.
Nagazi, quick to make an impression since coming on the last few seconds. Esebe with a long one in, headed back by Sanan. Here is Hussein. George Paku. Abdul Karim tried to pick out Ransford Mensah. Can he go past Nagazi? Goal kick, Vision.
That was very good gather there. Right show, making himself available for the ball. Ransford. Nagaji making his contribution. It's either you lose the ball or you don't send in that cross.
It's a handball against Ransford Mensah. Stop that pass from Ajete Soa deliberately with the hand, Mensah.
Lucky to have escaped a yellow card there. Nagaji seems to have come on with some energy to cause lots more trouble. He identified the flaw in the first half where Sumaila was playing.
Sensor finds Saman. He sends the cross. Esebe heads it out. Abdul Karim returns it. Ali. Dongbali. Asante. Redouane Ali for Vision. Saman has got a lot of space. The flag stays down, and Saman just can't go past Yawabankwa Befi.
That was too much for him to quickly pick up. Vision gradually dominating this half.
Vision's Ajete Soa with the drive, and Agbasi had the wall covered. It goes out for a goal kick.
Could see a bit more questioning himself. How did I not hit the target? It was a good opening. Sheriff wanted that pass. But Agbasi knew where the ball was going. He was not going to worry about it.
Ajete Soa. Kwaku Sensa. Dongbali. Saman. Delightful play from Vision. Osei Sebe cuts it out. Ankwa Befi. Hussein is beaten to it by Saman, but he gets the throw in.
Vision making it a bit more difficult for the Phobians. At the opening stages of the second half, they seem to be winning all the battles in midfield, and clearly the better team.
Injury concern for Vision's Salman Mohammed after this tackle from Hazabok Samza Isa. Ajete for Vision. He allows Nagaji to take it. He sends across, but he could have done better with that delivery. It looked a promising move from Vision on the right side.
That was very brilliant play there from Ajete. Left the ball for Nagaji. He knew Sharif was getting to the penalty area. That was poor execution of that intended delivery from Nagaji. Clearly going to cause problems for the Phobians.
That's a foul against Abdul Karim. Leg challenge on Ajete Soa. Paku goes down. An easy foul, if you ask me. Good decision from the referee, Nagaji. Ajete Soa being tracked by Wayo. Did well to get the final touch to distract the Vision attack.
Well, that was enough there from Wayo. And as much as he's got to the goal, he's not ready for his goal to be cancelled out very soon in the game. Offering himself for defensive duties. That's how industrious he is.
Mawari Wayoto. Yamankwa Befi pushed down aggressively by the Vision left back Sana. Looked completely beaten by that move by Yamankwa Befi. Free kick for Hearts of Oak. Josh Parker to take for the Phobians. Paku to Abdul Karim. That's a poor one from Abdul Karim, much to the displeasure of the Phobians. And Bepi tries one from a distance and it goes disappointingly out for a goal kick.
That is quite surprising that they decided to deviate from their usual set-piece routine. That was giving lots of problems to Vision. That was a poor one from Abdul Karim. The standards makes that unacceptable.
Saman Mohammed, Ajete Soa, Saman Mohammed. There's a body check from Hussein Idrisu. Tries to get to the right hand side to find Nagaji, but unable to get him.
The idea was clear, but wrong choice of execution. Could have just been a simple pass to him. Went in for the ding, trying to evade Ransford Mensah. But that was too heavy a pass for Nagaji to pick.
Quarton's cross takes a deflection. Corner vision.
JT gradually getting the better of how he wanted to play the game from the onset. He's creating more spaces for himself, trying to cause a lot more problems.
Corner for Vision. Salman Mohammed to take the corner. We've hit the hour mark of the game. 61 minutes. Hearts leading. Can't see that Mauliwayo first half goal. Vision knocking so hard on the doors of the Phobians. Can they get the equalizer? They have a corner now, but referee Nana Kofi Amwa has called up Amponsa and Nagaji for a word of caution. Saman's corner headed out by Ali. Here is Quartin. He drives one into the back of Mensah. Now foul Ali. Hussein. Mensah gets it away. That's a foul against Saman. Kweku Sensah was the culprit on that occasion.
You shouldn't forget he's already on a yellow card. Could have easily been second bookable offense, but the referee giving him some laxity.
Ransford Mensah has got a corner.
Vision clearly not happy with that decision, but the referee seems to be closer to the action, tells them the ball had its final touch of Nagaji.
Hatsabok are preparing for two substitutions. Mawaliwayo, the goal scorer, will go off. Martin Kakari will come inside alongside Kwesi Asma. That's the build up to the goal. Crossed by Paku, headed down by Ali, connected in by Mawaliwayo, making no mistake from that spot. And the goal scorer will make way. In comes Martin Kakari and Kwesi Asma for Befi and Wayo. Paku's ball in, away by Fauzi. Ali. Hussein over elaborates and Vision will take possession. Kweku Sensah. 4 pass from Sensah.
That was to rush a pass there, but looking at the changes for the Phobians like for like, Martin Kakari down the right hand side. He has enough quality in him to get past players, but his final balls are a bit questionable. In midfield, they want a bit more cover. In Kwesi Asma, who has more energy than Karim, is virtually not being the same since returning from injury.
Asante not on the same page with Saman, and they cheaply give away possession as a Hazbrook throw. Here is Befi. So Befi stays on. Abdul Karim went out like for like in Asma's substitution. That brings more stability alongside Amponsa. It's fair to say it's not been a perfect evening for Abdul Karim.
It's a game he struggled throughout. I'm sure the coach doesn't want to take any more risk, looking at how eager Vision wants an equalizer.
Corner for Hearts. Redouane Ali felt he was pushed down by Hamza Issa, but assistant referee Emmanuel Dolagbanu thinks otherwise.
Very good defensive work there from Ali. There's no way that was going to be called as a foul against Hamza Issa.
Martin Kakari to take the Hearts corner, and Kakari bends one in. Osesibe goes for it. And referee points to the corner flank, claiming that the final ball came off a purple top.
Very good delivery once again, causing a lot of trouble, mayhem. And that was a touch on the Vision FC player. The referee saw it right. Good call.
Ransford Mensah swings one in, away by Asante. Here is Amponsa. Switches to Ransford Mensah. He's got Paku to give the ball to. Here is Paku. Lovely skill from Paku. Mensah with a cross. Ali's arriving. He heads the ball down and is straight to Ametefe. Chance for Vision. It's a powerful drive from the Vision FC right back, Bernard Quartin. Wow.
That was a very good effort there. He did everything he could to evade the on-rushing defender Ali Mohammed. And right on the half volley, he picked the spot. But unfortunately, the upright denying him.
Paku, Hussein. Now Paku caught napping in that situation.
A bit losing focus right there. That is not something his coach and his team need right now. Full concentration will be crucial.
Vision are playing so well. When they are on the ball, it's a beauty to watch. But all of that must be translating into positive movement into the final third. But that is simply not happening for them.
They're trying their best. But the coach wants a lot more. You can see the reaction down the technical area. He wants someone especially to immerse himself a lot more into the game.
Dongbali tries to initiate something from the back but ends up giving away possession.
Over elaboration, had to release the ball quicker. Not commit yourself so much as a center back. It was needless going past the halfway line, still trying to dribble.
Sante. Mohammed. Kweku Sensa, shoved up the ball by Hussein. Free kick, Vision. Is he trying to score from the distance, Kusia Sante?
He might have pegged some spots of goals being scored earlier this season in the Ghana Premier League, catching the goalkeeper unaware. But it wasn't the right execution.
Hussein. Amponsa finds Kakari. Lovely dummy. Kakari drives and it's into the back of Redouane Ali. Quartin galloping forward with confidence. Nagaji's ball blocked. Kwaku Sensa. Ajete Soa. Stopped by Befi. Befi's sense of awareness defensively has been very, very admirable. He picks his spot, good tackles, confident displays, and doesn't commit many fouls. Yamanko Befi.
Very good defender. He knows how to join the attack, but unfortunately for him, lots of misplaced passes. I'm sure he'll be thinking, it doesn't look like he will be happy sending in those balls every now and then.
So Paku goes off, will need some attention medically outside. Foul for Hearts to the displeasure of Ajete Soa, the Vision midfielder.
Not happy with that. Very good leave there, Kuku Asante. Kusi Asante, the captain, winning. You can see his reaction. Lucky he only receives a caution from the referee. Could have easily gone into his books for that reaction with the free kick going.
So that goal scored by Maoli Wayo was his 9th goal for Hearts of Oak since joining them from the Bibiani Gold Stars. Last season, he scored 6 goals for the Phobians. Quartson's cross. Time for good save from Agbasi. He almost looked like going in for Vision. Quarton. Quarton sends the one in. Here comes Saman Mohammed. Kakari will take over for Hearts of Oak. Good run from Kakari. It is still Kakari tries to find Hamza Issa, but the flag is up against Hamza for offside.
Very brilliant run there from Martin Kakari. Sure, that pass went a bit late. Could have gone 2 seconds earlier, and Hamza Issa could have latched onto that.
It's 75 minutes at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium in Legon. It's Hearts of Oak 1, Vision FC 0. Vision have the last quarter in this game to get back in it. Asma. Here comes Kakari. Mingu. Mingu. Flag again is up against Hamza Isa.
A bit late there. The pass. Isa. Too early. He was way too early. And it's quite surprising that he couldn't pick up his spot, no win.
Double substitution for the Phobians. Upon Frane is coming in alongside a former Vision FC player, Abura Duku. Hussein and Paku are going off to be replaced by Upon Frane and then Frank Abura Duku. Duku was on the books of Vision last season. He signed off from Vision with a brace against Asante Kotoko on the last day of last season's Premier League. He comes in to play against his former club for the first time since leaving the Tema-based outfit.
Looks more like more strength for Hartlepool in defensive midfield. And Duku leading the attack. With Hamza Isa going down the flanks, or it could possibly be 4-4-2 with Martin Kakari just right behind the two attackers.
Duku, playing against his former teammates, eagerly wants to impress. Here is Hamza Isa, can't find Duku, and Ametefe is out for Vision.
Very good play there from Hartlepool, but Hamza Isa's pass was just not good enough to find Duku. But clearly being a bit dominant, but like it happens every now and then. The final pass lacking that accuracy.
Kakari tries to find Duku, chance for Azabok Duku, and Duku nearly made it two for the Phobians. That was really close from the substitute. Frank Duku nearly scored against his former club.
Brilliant from him. He read his lines beautifully. He saw the goalkeeper out. And he took that on a bounce. Missing the post by inches. Good strike from him. So lucky. Vision leaving a bit dangerously there.
Kakari twisting and turning and goes down and wins a free kick. Christian Sante, the captain had no business kicking the ball away when the referee had already whistled. He's holding the referee's hands, and that's unacceptable. He definitely gets a yellow card for this, Christian Sante. Yes, he deserves it. Needless reaction from the captain.
That is indiscipline from him. He should know better. He's the leader of his army. You can rush onto the referee in that manner. Martin Kakari, very good control of the ball. Close control. And Sensor had absolutely nothing other than to bring him down.
Asante Kusi, confirmation of that yellow. Amponsanto, Baifi checks on to Hamza Isa. He's got Redwana lead to beat. Here is Hamza. Back to Baifi. And Baifi wasn't aware of his surroundings because Nagaji was arriving. Soa goes down. Free kick, and as the box, Rafael Amponsa will get a yellow card. Referee decides to be lenient and holds on, just puts the card back. He's not flashing the yellow card anymore. He's padding the player.
And you can clearly understand him with that. It was just a quick reaction from Rafael Amponsa. Easy to spare him.
Sharif Mohamed Idrisu, the striker, has made way for David Ofori. And then Kwaku Sensa also makes way for Kingsley Appiah.
You can understand the substitutions there from Nana Kwaku. He wants a lot more drive. Bring in Appiah on.
Hamza Issa will take a bow. His place will be taken by Abdul Aziz Adam. Brought in from Tamale City, but yet to make any impression in the capital city.
Well, they're quite difficult for him. Hato folks still trying to get the very best of their team. He needs to be extra brilliant.
Nagaji straight to Agbasi.
That was too easy for Agbasi to save. The 10 was brilliant. Execution lacking any power and direction to beat a goalkeeper of his size and capability.
Red one. Dongbali. Kwatin. Appiah. Switches to Nagaji, but he can't get to it.
That was intelligent from Shannon there. Nagaji with the ball, looking at spreading play down the left-hand side. But that was a poor pass from him in a moment where they're looking for equalizer in the final minutes of the game. Risk taken is expected, but accuracy is much more essential at this moment.
Kakari Mensah. Kwatin's header, stopped by Amponsa. Here is Opanfrani to Kwesi Asma. He loses out, and Nagaji will take it over for Vision. Baifi takes possession for Hearts. Redouane Ali tidies up and finds Dongbali. Kwatin. It's the best clearance for Hearts of Oak. Saman, that's a foul. Yaman Kwabefi should be careful. Free kick for Vision.
Out of folk, anytime they get the ball back, losing it easily.
Good play from Amponsa. Puts one through for Kakari. George Paku. It was Duku who was arriving. Paku is already off the pitch through that injury.
Once again, the final pass that we get into the penalty area, always little to be desired. And the Phobians lose possession and now on the defensive end.
Here is Kusi Asante, Nagaji, Ajete Soa. Vision trying to pile late pressure upon Francis clearance. Throw in Vision, 85 minutes. Hearts 1, Vision 0. Flag is up against Nagaji for offside.
It was very much clear. The intention should have waited a little bit more to walk out of that offside line. You can blame Sanam for making that pass back to Nagaji. But in this moment, you need to move quickly out of offside positioning.
Kusi Asante, Saman Mohammed, Ridwan Ali. There's one thing you can take away from this Vision team, the confidence with which they possess the ball against their opponents. And now they're looking for that equalizer. Here is Ofori, cuts it back, cleared by Afrani, only as far as Kwatin. Soa. Kwatin, back to Soa. Kusi Asante, Redwan Ali. Nagaji has lost possession. Now Befi will take over for Hearts. It's a late challenge on Yamankwa Befi from Nagaji. Free kick for Hearts, the work.
Very good offensive work. They're coming from Amankwa Befi, making sure he cut through that intent for Vision FC. Looks like they're doing better with the approach. Fortunately for Ajete, anytime he gets onto the ball, he's caught in two minds whether to play through the middle or go down the flanks. That is taking a lot of intent and firepower up front for the away side.
Apia goes down from the challenge of Kwesi Asma. Osesibe. Kwesi Asma goes down, and this looks like a pure retaliation from the Vision FC midfielder Kingsley Apia.
That was quite a nasty challenge there. He went right for the man, butchering him down. It was like malicious intent there.
It was earlier fouled by Kwesi Asma, so I thought that was like tit for tat. You do me, I do you. Afrani. Asma. Bayfi. Final touch, Mohammed.
Second off, a bit more of a balanced challenge between the two teams. But unfortunately, no goals. Extra goals have been recorded in this game. Vision will feel hard done by their efforts.
Hazabuk have a long journey to make to Tamale next week on match day 13 when they play Karela at the Aliyu Mahama Stadium next weekend. We're doing 3 additional minutes. 90 minutes are up already here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium here in Legon. Vision FC have a date at home at the Nia J. Kraku Park in Tama Newtown against Young Apostles on match day 13 of the Premier League.
This will be a good result for Hearts of Folk, knowing they've dropped too many points at home and they need to get to the top ranks of the GPL ladder.
Hasselhoek, if the result stays this way, will climb to the 4th spot and occupy a top 4 place, at least before tomorrow's round of matches in the Premier League for match day 12. Here's upon Franny. It's a low cross, dealt with by Vision. Asma. Dongbali races forward. Amponsa takes possession. Here's the chance for Hasselhoek. Martin Kakari. Can he make it to Kakari? Goodness me, how did he miss that? Mensah drives into Kwarteng. Cross comes in from Aziz. But Vision, jealously defending their area, is a deliberate handball against Kusia Sante. Free kick for Hasselhoek.
Has been quite making some terrible decisions the second half as a captain of his team. Has actually affected them. Look at that. There was virtually no need in trying to pick up that ball with his hand. Looking at the surprise of Ajete, how his captain decided to make that decision. Especially in a time that they are trailing by a goal in the final minute of the game.
Kakari's ball in and straight to Godwin Ametefe. We're into the final seconds of stoppage time, and any moment from now, referee Nana Kofi Amoah will blast his whistle to wrap up the stellar Saturday action at the University of Ghana Stadium. Until then, Vision will probe for the equalizer. Here is Ofori. He traps it down to a rainbow shed. Kakari goes down right before the referee. No foul. Kusia Sante. Chance for Vision. Can they equalize? And Agbasi has saved the situation for the Phobians. Early charge by Vision causing a lot of problems for the Phobians. Corner Vision.
Excellent pass there from Kusia Sante. On to the right-hand side. Picking up his man. But that effort lacked too much power to beat Agbasi. But you can trust him at his near post with the quality he has. Difficult to beat.
Saman Mohammed gives away possession. Asma goes down. And that's the final whistle. Referee Nana Kofi Amoah has brought proceedings to an end here under the lights at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium in Legon. Hasselhoek back to winning ways. They picked up maximum points against the visiting Vision FC. Goal scored by Maliwayo just before halftime. Back from recess, Vision huffed and puffed to get the equalizer, but the Phobians stood resolute and made sure they've got all 3 points in the bag after match day 12 here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium.
Very interesting game. Hasselhoek, the second best side in the second half. Vision did all their best, couldn't find the target to get the equalizer. And that has been a very excellent game watched here, bar the minimum goals we got.
Didi Dramani will be excited with this result as the Phobians get back to winning ways. Man of the match, Nana Santikusi, the captain of Vision. He's been amazing this evening. Great midfielder, good visionary passer, and his understanding of the game simply awesome. Full time at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium here in Legon. Hasselhoek 1, Vision FC 0.
So game has ended here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Hartlepool have beaten Vision FC again, this time by a slim margin. And I have with me the head coach of Vision FC, Nana Kwaku. My coach, I mean, commiseration to you first of all. Which aspects of your game lacked a bit and accounted for this defeat?
I mean, before we got out of the dressing room, or even the whole week, I've been telling them we conceded 2 goals from set piece. The ball went to the far post, and then the opposition brought it back, and then we conceded. So the whole week we worked on, the far post, how to defend it, and everything. Here in the dressing room, I told my boys that, look, of course, it's Didi Dramani. I'm sure he's seen those 2 goals. I'm sure he's realized that, we're weaker in the far post, so that's exactly what he's going to go do. So whenever there is free kicks to the box or corner kicks and stuff like that, the first thing we should do is cover the far post. And of course, you realize that we conceded the goal from the far post. The header came from the far post before the second header connected into the goal. So, I mean, it's very, very disappointing, especially if it's something that you worked on the whole week. You come into the game and the boys are not able to do it. It's very, very disappointing. But of course, it's 1-0.
Of course, it ended in disappointment for you. But going into your next game against Young Apostles, which aspect of the game needs to change?
Well, I mean, this was Hartlepool.
They have lost today, but he's not too sad with the performance of his team because it was a spirited display. But I've been joined by Masoud Didi Dramani, the head coach of Hartlepool. Coach, congratulations to you, first of all. You envisaged that it was going to be a difficult one. First of all, give me your general assessment of the game.
I think that I still stand by the fact that you are playing with a more transitional team, and then you are playing with against a side that is more useful, and so you expect that at some point they will play, and which is very normal in the game, that try to control them when they are in good shape, and then try to exploit when you can find the right spaces. I think that we found the right spaces, but still we need to improve on our decision making. Of course,
and the goal that you scored, I saw the team try this multiple times, and one of them resulted in a goal. Is this something that you constantly do in training?
That our trump card is also working on the set pieces, because the set pieces game has become very fundamental in the modern trends, and so when the game becomes so tight, you can rely on the set pieces.